Welcome, everyone. Today we're talking about how to choose a cemetery. It's part of our how-to series.
Yeah, definitely not the lightest topic we've covered.
No, certainly not. But it's a significant and, well, a really personal decision that many people face eventually. We've gathered some helpful insights, things to guide you through it.
That's the goal.
Our aim today is to unpack the key things you should consider, the questions to ask when you're selecting a cemetery. We want to provide a clear path forward so you feel, informed and confident.
It really is a decision with a lasting impact. And taking the time now to consider all the different angles involved, that can provide significant peace of mind for you and for your family.
Right, so let's unpack this. The very first step involves looking inward, doesn't it? What are your fundamental needs and preferences?
Exactly. It sounds simple, but it's crucial.
Yeah, it seems straightforward, but really thinking through these initial questions is key.
Absolutely. This initial self-assessment, it really acts as your guide. It helps navigate what can feel like, well, a pretty complex set of options out there.
Okay, so some key questions right at the start. Are we thinking traditional burial or maybe a cremation niche?
And that single decision right there, it immediately narrows your options quite a bit.
Oh, so
Well, it's a fundamental choice because the physical space, the types of memorials you'll be considering, they're going to be quite different. Burial means looking at plots of land,
right.
whereas cremation, that opens up possibilities like niches in a columbarium. That's a structure specifically for cremated remains.
Okay.
Or maybe scattering gardens if the cemetery offers that. You can even place cremated remains in a traditional burial plot sometimes. So lots more variety there.
And then there's the setting itself. Religious or secular, is
Yeah.
having a specific affiliation important? That feels very personal.
Oh, it is. Deeply personal. For some people, having their final resting place in a cemetery that aligns with their religious beliefs, that offers a lot of comfort, a sense of belonging.
Sure.
These cemeteries often have specific sections, maybe particular traditions they follow for certain faiths.
And for others?
For others, a non-denominational or secular setting might be preferred. Maybe the emphasis is more on community or just personal values rather than a specific religious link.
Location and accessibility, that seems like a really practical, big one.
Huge.
Thinking about how easy it is for family and friends to visit, especially anyone with mobility issues, convenience really matters for that long-term connection, doesn't it?
It does. And you have to think ahead, too. What are some challenges families might face with location later on? Maybe people move.
Right, that's a good point. A place that seems convenient now might become difficult to visit regularly if loved ones relocate, or if their health changes, making travel harder.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So consider not just today's convenience, but try to think about potential future circumstances, too.
Okay, and budget, always essential. Understanding all the costs involved up front.
Definitely.
The plot purchase itself, sure, but also things like opening and closing fees
Yeah.
and perpetual care.
Yeah, it can add up to more than people initially realize. It's vital to get a clear picture of all the costs.
And when we talk about perpetual care funds, what should someone be asking about that specifically?
That's crucial. Beyond just knowing there is a fee for perpetual care, ask how that fund is managed. What specific maintenance does it actually cover?
Good questions.
Yeah, ask about the fund's oversight. Make sure it really addresses essential upkeep, landscaping, pathways, fixing things that break. You want that reassurance.
Makes sense. Then there are personal preferences. What kind of atmosphere resonates? Do you want something park-like, maybe historic, or a more modern memorial garden?
Your comfort with the setting is so key. Why might certain atmospheres feel more meaningful? Well, think about what kind of environment brings you peace
Right.
and what reflects the life being honored. A vibrant garden might feel right for celebrating a life full of joy. A historic setting could emphasize legacy, connection to the past.
That atmosphere can really impact how you and your loved ones feel when visiting.
It absolutely does.
And finally, for this initial thinking stage, any specific needs? Veteran sections, family plots.
Yes, definitely consider any unique requirements you might have. Veteran sections are important for honoring service. Family plots allow multiple family members to be together, creating a lasting family legacy in one place.
So identifying those needs early helps focus the search significantly.
Exactly. It stops you wasting time looking at places that just won't work for you.
Okay, so once you have a clearer idea of your needs, the next step is starting the research. Online resources seem like a good starting point.
They are. Websites, virtual tours, photos, they're valuable for gathering that initial info. Location, options available, maybe getting a first sense of the grounds.
Yeah, websites often have history, staff details, contact info. useful preliminary stuff.
But, and this is a big but,
A personal visit is crucial. You have to go there.
absolutely. Schedule tours, visit several cemeteries if you can, experience the grounds firsthand.
You really can't get the true feel for a place just online, can you?
No, not at all. Walking the grounds lets you absorb the atmosphere. You can see the level of upkeep with your own eyes, interact with the staff in person. It's much more comprehensive.
It's about engaging all your senses, really, and seeing if the space actually resonates.
Precisely.
And while you're visiting, what should you be looking out for? Grounds maintenance is high on the list. Is the cemetery well kept?
Yes, that reflects their ongoing commitment immediately. The condition of the grounds speaks volumes about the management and their dedication.
So look for neat lawns, trimmed hedges, clean pathways.
Overall attention to detail, yeah. Neglected grounds can be a definite warning sign about how things are run long term.
Staff professionalism is another key thing to observe.
Very important.
Are they compassionate, knowledgeable, responsive? Their support is vital, especially during what can be a very emotional time.
The staff plays such a crucial role. Observe how they interact with you, and maybe with others if you get the chance. Are they patient, understanding? Can they answer your questions clearly, sensitively?
Good staff can make a difficult experience much easier.
Absolutely.
Then exploring the actual options available at that cemetery. Look at the variety. In-ground burial, mausoleums, those columbariums you mentioned, maybe memorial benches.
Right. Understand the full range they offer. Traditional in-ground is common, but mausoleums offer above-ground entombment, which some prefer. Columbariums provide those niches for cremated remains.
See what feels right for you personally.
And ask about memorial benches or other personalized markers too, if that's something you're interested in. Exploring all these helps you match their offerings to your needs.
And don't forget to ask about the rules and regulations.
Oh, definitely not.
Any restrictions on decorations, monuments, even visiting hours, you need to ensure your choices align with their policies.
That's right. Cemeteries have rules usually to maintain the ground's appearance and tranquility for everyone.
Makes sense.
So yeah, restrictions on monument size or type, what decorations are allowed when, visiting hours, understanding those policies up front prevents any misunderstandings or disappointment later.
Long-term planning also comes up during the visit, asking about that perpetual care fund again.
Yes, ensuring the grounds will be maintained indefinitely. Also ask about future expansion plans, the cemetery's long-term stability.
How does asking about future expansion help?
Well, it gives you a sense of their long-term vision and viability. Are they planning for the future? Do they seem financially stable? It connects back to that perpetual care reassurance.
And that perpetual care fund, it really is critical, isn't it? It guarantees the ongoing upkeep, ensuring it remains a respectful place for generations.
It is absolutely crucial. It's the mechanism that ensures the cemetery doesn't fall into disrepair over time. It covers essential maintenance landscaping, road repairs, general upkeep.
It provides significant security and peace of mind.
It really does. Knowing that the place will be cared for indefinitely is huge.
Okay, so you've visited, you've asked questions, you're leaning towards a place. Before making any final decision, the next step is meticulously reviewing the cemetery contract.
Yes, the fine print. It's so important.
This is the legal agreement between you and the cemetery. Essential to understand all the terms and conditions before signing anything.
Absolutely critical. Don't rush this part.
Key areas to scrutinize. Payment schedules.
Yes. Understand the full cost breakdown, all associated fees, and exactly when payments are due. No one wants hidden costs popping up later.
Vital for budgeting and avoiding nasty surprises.
Completely.
Cancellation policies are also important to know. What are the procedures? Are there costs if, for some reason, you needed to cancel?
It's a practical thing to check. Hopefully you won't need it, but understanding the terms for cancellation and any penalties involved is just part of making a fully informed decision.
And one more contract point. Transfer rights. Clarify how ownership of the plot can be transferred, if needed.
Right. What happens to the ownership in the future? Can it be passed to another family member? Are there specific procedures or restrictions? Clarifying that ensures you understand your rights regarding the plot long term.
So we've covered a lot of the practical steps. Let's circle back quickly to that fundamental point. Burial versus cremation.
Yes, because your choice there really dictates the specific options you'll be focusing on.
Right. If it's traditional burial, your main focus is selecting a suitable plot of land.
Exactly. But if you opt for cremation, then you're exploring those different possibilities. Niches, maybe scattering areas if they're offered, or perhaps interring the remains in a traditional plot anyway. different avenues open up.
And we mentioned location earlier, but it probably bears repeating just how much that matters.
It really can't be overstated.
Accessibility for loved ones is paramount. Thinking about travel distance, ease of access for anyone with mobility challenges, general convenience for visits.
It's all about maintaining those connections, providing a place where loved ones can easily come to remember and reflect.
Choosing an accessible, convenient location really shows consideration for those who will be visiting for years to come.
It truly does.
And tied into that is the atmosphere and aesthetic again. It should resonate with you. This
Mm.
is a place for remembrance, for future visits. Does it feel peaceful, comforting?
That emotional connection to the space is incredibly important. It needs to be a place where you and your family feel a sense of peace, comfort, and connection to the person being memorialized.
The look and feel, the overall atmosphere contribute hugely to that.
Definitely.
Finally, let's touch on the benefits of pre-planning this whole process.
Ah, yes, thinking about this in advance.
It can significantly reduce the emotional and, frankly, the financial burden on your family later on, right?
Absolutely. It alleviates so much stress and potential financial strain during an already difficult time.
Plus, it ensures your wishes are the ones being honored.
Exactly. Your wishes are clearly documented, and it gives you the time for thoughtful consideration rather than making decisions under pressure.
It's really a very thoughtful act, pre-planning.
It is, for yourself and for your loved ones.
So, choosing a cemetery, it's clearly a deeply personal journey. We hope this conversation has given everyone a clearer framework, some key considerations to navigate.
Remember to start with your own needs and preferences. That's the foundation.
Then do your research, visit potential locations, really visit them, and always, always understand the long-term commitments involved, like perpetual care and the contract details.
Take your time with it.
Consider this as we wrap up. Thinking about these details now, planning ahead can be a profound act of care for yourself and for the people you love. What feels like the single most important factor for you in making this decision? Something to reflect on.
We'll be back next time with another thought-provoking exploration of a topic that matters.